Hi everyone. So I'm just here sitting talking to my computer, which is very on brand for me. This is going to be so casual, probably a little chaotic, and definitely honest, and completely well me. I wanted to hop on here because there are a few big things happening all at once, of course, and apparently I do not know how to do one thing at a time. Some people say pick a lane, and listen, congratulations if that works for you. I'm proud of you. I respect you, but me, I need a highway. A lane is just not big enough. Sorry, I do not fit in one lane. I've tried. I've really tried. It does not work. So today we're taking a highway. So first thing, cybersecurity. And yes, I'm going to geek out for a minute because this is one of those topics where people are like, oh, cybersecurity, that sounds scary, and I don't want to listen. And I'm over here, no, come here. Let me show you why this matters, because this is one of my lanes. Actually, no, it's one of my other highways that I created within my highway. It's okay. So my cybersecurity platform is now at the point where we are ready to take on small businesses. Yay! This is so huge for me because this is not me saying I threw this together last week. No. This is something I have been building seriously and carefully, obsessively, and with a lot of intention. And when I say obsessively, I mean that in the most honest way possible. This is the part of me that sits at the computer looking at systems, risk, patterns, permissions, login, data flows, business operation, all the little pieces that were things that can go wrong. And my brain is like, okay, but how do we protect that? How do we make that cleaner? How do we make that smarter? How do we make that safer without making business owners want to throw the whole computer out the window? Because I've been there. Yes. Because the balance is what we're looking for. Security has to be strong, but it also has to be usable. But it also has to be so complicated that business owners, well, let me rephrase this. If it's so complicated that business owners ignore it, then that is not going to help anyone. Okay? So, and if it's so expensive, only the big giant companies can afford it, then we're not solving anything really. We're not helping the people who are actually vulnerable. And if it's just a dashboard full of red, scary alerts with no real guidance, that is not protection. That is an anxiety with login screens. And I'm not doing that because I've been there. And small businesses already have enough anxiety. So the goal is simple: make small businesses need real protection too. Not just big companies get all the fancy tools and the small companies gets whatever's left. No, absolutely not. Small businesses are getting hit. They are getting phished. They are getting fake invoices. They are getting suspicious logins. They're getting payment fraud attempts. They're getting password problems. They're getting employee issues. They're getting vendor risk. They're getting all the same types of threats, but without the huge security department sitting in the back room watching everything. And most small business owners are wearing 17 different hats. They're like me. So if you're an owner, you are the manager, you are the customer service, you are the payroll, you are marketing, you are operations, you are the person fixing the printer, even though nobody knows why the printer got angry. And now on top of that, I mean, seriously, on top of all of that, you're supposed to understand cybersecurity. I don't think so. That's not really realistic. You should not have to become a cybersecurity expert just to run your business safely. But also, I need to say this: I do not look at cybersecurity exactly the same way a lot of people look at cybersecurity. Okay, just let me say this. I look at it a little bit differently. First of all, I'm a gamer. I'm sorry. I like my video games. I like my complicated games. I like my games with ridiculous puzzles. You have to find the one random thing to actually solve it. Yeah, I like that. Move this random thing into the other random thing, unlock the door, solve the pattern, beat the level, and then the game has a nerve to give you another puzzle immediately after. Yes, I love those. Now, I do sometimes get to a puzzle, fail at it too many times, and turn the game off and then walk away. Yes, absolutely, I do this. I'm not above rage quitting, at least not rage quitting a puzzle. And honestly, that's how part of my cybersecurity brain works. I look at cybersecurity like a level, like a game, like a puzzle. If I can build the system into something layered, difficult, annoying, confusing, and frustrating enough that I can't beat it easily and I built the daggone thing, then my hope is that the people trying to break into it will eventually have the same gamer moment and go like, okay, we tried this level 2,000 times. We can't get through it. I'm calling it a day. That is the dream. I want that bad guys to rage quit. Yes. That is my cybersecurity philosophy in a non-official sentence. Make the hackers rage quit. But then there is the other side of it, because this is not just about cybersecurity. This is the part that I really want people to understand. Yes, Sentinel Small Business has cybersecurity built into it. Obviously, the gamer in me needed something to play with, and I wasn't getting enough stimulus playing things like zombie shoot games, things like that. So, cybersecurity me needed the layers, the gates, the monitoring, the access to control, the logs, the protection, the who touched the what and why, what part of that system. But the business owner in me needed something else, because business owner me needed all the apps to stop multiplying. Because if you're a small business, you know exactly what I mean. There is an app for everything. One for marketing, CRM, cybersecurity, taxes, bookkeeping, payroll, project management, email, social media, analytics, scheduling, and I'm probably forgetting another 12, because there is always another app. And at one point, I was using like 12 for my business, one of my businesses. Yeah, 12. And listen, I became an author in 2016. I officially became a small business owner in 2018. I've been doing this for a little while, not that long, but a little while. I have been the person trying to write the books, make the music, handle the business side, deal with receipts, manage marketing, track the projects, keep up with the money, and somehow remember what app does what. And if you do not have a small business, you may not fully understand how frustrating that is. It's okay. I forgive you. Because it's not just, oh, I have a lot of apps. No, it's more like, which app that has the thing that I need right now? Is this a CRM, email, spreadsheet, bookkeeping, marketing app, social media platform? Where did I say what somewhere else? Is it somewhere on Google? Oh my goodness, does Google eat my form again? I was tired and told myself I would remember. I did not remember. Nobody remembers, and that's the problem. And every time you add another app, you add another login, you add another system, another workflow, another subscription, another place where data lives, and another place where something can grow up. So yes, cybersecurity is part of it, but it's operational overload that is part of it too. Small businesses have too many disconnected tools, and then we are just supposed to hope that the cybersecurity on all 12 apps is strong enough, updated enough, connected enough to manage it correctly enough. That's a lot of hoping, and hope is not a security strategy. So I built Sentinel Small Business with that in mind. I wanted one place where business owners can actually see what's happening, one place for all cybersecurity, one place for projects, one place for business operations, one place for CRM, one place for the money, one place for the marketing and the analytics, and where you're not constantly bouncing between tabs. and subscriptions and dashboards and passwords. And wait, where did I put that? And for me, that matters because I am not talking about this in theory. I use it for myself and I love it. Okay. I have multiple businesses and work streams. I have books, I have music, I have cybersecurity platform itself. I have publishing operations. I have projects that are active now and projects that are scheduled years out. I have wanted to be able to see all of that without losing my mind. So now I can put all those in businesses and projects into one place. They each have their own little gates. They're all separated. They all are controlled. They are not just dumped into one giant message pile. But I can see what I need to see in real time. I can see where I am with the books. And let me tell you, I'm one of those authors that writes like 4 books at one time. So I have research on Rome as it falls. I have research on Egypt as it falls. I have research on the 1930s in Detroit because, yeah, that makes a lot of sense and goes with everything else. I need to be able to keep track of what research goes to which project and not accidentally put the fall of Rome and Egypt. Yay! Now I can do that. I need to see what has actually been done. So am I in this round of editing? Am I in that round of editing? Has the betas returned what? I can do all that now. So yeah, this is me. This was me wanting someone else to do it and no one else was doing it. So I'm doing it myself. Yay, me. So I can see who has not been paid, what needs to be followed up on, what is connected to what. This is huge. I know I'm saying that casually, but seriously, that is huge. Because when you are running business, especially when you are running more than one thing, you need visibility. You need structure. You need to know what is happening without having to open 12 different apps and performing a scavenger hunt every day. The CRM is there. The social media connections are there. The email connections are there. The analytics is there. So instead of manually inputting everything, chasing everything, or trying to remember where everything lives, it's now in one happy system. Yay. And it all does the organizing for me. I don't have to do it. And as the overachiever who previously was using 12 freaking apps, let me tell you, that feels amazing. I can go, okay, my app is handling that. Yay me! It's tracking my clients, it's helping me organize my analytics, it's connecting pieces, it's giving me a bigger picture. And I did this intentionally because I'm tired of small businesses being forced to duct tape their operations together. I'm tired of small business owners having to pay for a dozen tools, learn a dozen dashboards, manage a dozen logins, and hope their cybersecurity across all of them is good enough. Sentinel Small Business is my answer to that. It's not just about cybersecurity, it's about cybersecurity plus business control. It's about protection plus organization. It is the gamer side of me building difficult games and puzzles for attackers. It's the business owner side of me saying, can we please put everything in one place and so I can function? And it's this overachiever and me saying, fine, I will build it myself. It's okay. I have the time to do that. So that's what I did. I built the platform that I needed. And now we're ready to bring it to small businesses. And I have been talking about this, about AI and cybersecurity for a few years. I wrote a book on cybersecurity when most people were not listening. That's okay. We released that at AI4. It's fine. I'm not bad about it. Well, no, I'm not. I even released like 3 more this year. It's okay. You're not paying attention. It's okay. We got you. It's not for everyone. You can find it on Amazon, I'm sure. But I was saying this is coming. AI is going to change security. AI is going to change businesses. AI is going to change the way people attack systems and the way we defend them. And now here we are. Everyone is talking AI. Everyone is talking about automation. Everyone is talking about cyber risk. And I'm sitting here like, yes, hi, welcome. I have snacks. I have been here. What do you want to talk about? But that is also why I'm so serious about building this correctly, because AI is powerful, but it has to be handled carefully. And anyone that's in TV land, my wonderful puppy is in the back trying to put her 2 cents in because she understands the world of cybersecurity. Yes, she's built this with me. But the platform I'm building is meant to bring those things together. Cybersecurity, business operations, organizations, workflow, visibility, and control. Because small businesses, security is not separate from your operations. If your invoices are a mess, that is a risk. If your customer data is scattered everywhere, that is a risk. If your employees have to access things they do not need, that is a risk. If nobody knows where the receipts, contracts, records, passwords, or project files are stored, yeah, that's a major risk. If your business depends on one person remembering everything in their head, that is a risk. So yes, this is cybersecurity, but it's also structure. It's also business protection. It's also operational clarity. It gives business owners a place where they can find and see what is happening, understand what is needed attention, and make better decisions without needing a full technical team behind them. Yay, us! I want small business owners to feel like they are allowed to have serious tools, because you are. You do not have to wait until you're a giant corporation to take security seriously. You do not have to wait until something bad happens to get organized. You do not have to wait until you're overwhelmed to build a better system. The whole point is to protect the business while it grows. And honestly, that's where my brain lives. I'm not building this because cybersecurity sounds trendy. I'm building this because I understand vulnerability and vulnerable people when they are trying to run a business and they do not have the tools, the budget, or the time to chase every threat by themselves. And I want to make this better. So yes, cybersecurity platform is ready for small businesses. We're starting with small businesses because that is where the need is real. That is where owners are doing everything. That is where one bad logon, one fake invoice, one lost file, one compromised account, or one messy system can cause serious damage. And I do not believe small businesses should be left behind. They need protected. They need organized. They need smarter systems. They need cybersecurity that works in the background, that guides them clearly and does not make them feel stupid for being technical. Because business owners are not stupid. We are busy. There is a big difference between busy and not having knowledge. If you are watching this and thinking, okay, I need to actually talk to her about cybersecurity, or I need to see the business app she keeps talking about, you can absolutely book a meeting with me. Guess what? If you go to the log on to my website and click a button, yes, a real button, and book a meeting, yay, technology, I will walk you through the platform. I will show you how it works, why I built it this way, how cybersecurity fits into small business operations, and help small business owners stop running around between 12 different apps trying to remember everything and where everything lives. And if you do not want to do it online, you are more than welcome to find me in in-person human conversation. Yay, you can actually do that. I got you covered there too. I'll be in San Diego, July and August. In July, I'll be there for Jim Lute's Deep Dive event, which is Saturday, July 11th. I'm coming in town on the 10th. I'll leave early on the 12th. So if you are in San Diego, you want to talk with me about cybersecurity platforms, small business operations, Suntunnel small business, July 11th, before Deep Dive or after Deep Dive, providing I don't go to cocktail hour at Jim Lute's penthouse. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that, but I'll be there. So you might have to get a ticket to sit and talk to me about cybersecurity. But we can definitely set something up while I'm in town. If I need to leave a little bit later on the 12th, that's okay. Just let me know. But I should be able to switch something in on that time. Now, I'll be back in San Diego on August 18th. I'll be leaving early on the 20th, maybe seeing 21st. I have to check because apparently I'm building an app to keep track of all my apps, and I still forgot which app has my trip information on it. So there we go, full circle. This is why I have Sentinel Small Business and it exists today, because I apparently also gave myself an extra day in San Diego. Yay. I think I know why. Mr. James Hickey of SD Networking Event has the wonderful pleasure of introducing me to a couple owner operators and small businesses, possible speakeasy type places for a book signing opportunity. So there is that. So I think that's why I gave myself a little bit extra time in San Diego in August. Look at me planning ahead and still forgetting that I planned ahead. Yay. That's very on brand for me. But yes, I will be in July and August. So if you are a small business owner, if you're overwhelmed by your apps, if you're worried about cybersecurity or need better organization, or just want to see what I built, come talk to me online, book a meeting in person, catch me in San Diego. If you're in Reno area, connect with me. I'll come give you a demo and we'll go from there. So why do I keep pushing San Diego, even though I live in Reno? Well, this is not my fault. So Jim and James keep me so busy out there. They are basically trying to turn me into a temporary resident. They keep telling me I also need a timeshare out there because I'm there so often. And listen, I love San Diego. I may joke about moving there, becoming a temporary resident. I am not moving there. No, I love you guys, but no. I do not think San Diego is big enough for the three of us. Maybe it is, but we are not going to test that theory. So no. So yes, book the meeting, catch me in San Diego, or just follow along. Either way, small businesses, exactly who I built this for. I want the hackers to rage quit. I want the business owners to breathe. And then apparently, because that's not enough, while I'm building the cybersecurity system, I'm also releasing a crime novel. Yes, which honestly makes a total sense because my brain loves systems, secrets, motives, and people doing suspicious things. So, second thing, the book, The Daughter of Saint Anton, is coming out October 13th. I am so excited about this one. I really am. This one is pretty much my pretty but dangerous category. It is a crime novel set in 1930s. I'm not gonna do a book reading today. I know I suck. But I'm going to say that for the right before the book comes out because I want to give the book its moment. But I can talk about the book. I can tease about the book. I can give you the mood of the book. I can let you peek through the window a little without opening the whole door. Because this has the atmosphere. It has old Detroit. It has the riverfront secret. It has the royal family loyalty. It has the crime. It has the money. It has the power. It has men in nice suits doing things that are absolutely should not be doing. It has the women who are paying attention even when everyone thinks they are just standing there looking pretty. And honestly, that may be one of my favorite things about the story. Because The Daughter of Saint Anton is not just about the crime. It's about the people and what they know. What the people pretend not to know, what the families hide, what daughters hear, what women survive, and what happens when the truth is sitting right there on the table, dressed in beautifully smiling politely, and nobody wants to admit it has blood on its gloves. That is the kind of book this is. It is elegant, it is dangerous, a little flirty with trouble. It has the 1930s glamour where everything looks polished, but underneath the silk and the pearls, the good manners, there is a lot happening. And I love that. I love the story where the room is beautiful, the music is playing, someone is smiling across the table, and you are sitting there thinking, wait, should I be worried? Probably, yes, you should be very worried. But in this funny way, mostly, maybe no promises, the book follows Cecilia. I'm not giving away the story, but I will say this. She is growing up in a family where power has a very pretty face and a very dangerous shadow. She is paying attention. That is the problem. Everyone underestimates the person who quietly listens. They think because she's young, because she's a daughter, because she is supposed to be polite, because she's supposed to smile and wear the right dress and sit in the right room, that she does not understand what is happening around her. But she does. Maybe not all at once, maybe not perfectly, but because she's watching, she is listening, she is remembering names in the world where people are trying very, very hard to make certain names disappear. That is dangerous. That is the kind of danger I love writing. I did not think I would love writing the book, but my daughter has a way of getting me to write something and go, oh, I love how this turned out. So, but I also love the quieter danger too. The danger of the newspaper columns, the danger of the closed door, the danger of a polite lie, the danger of a father's soft voice, the danger of a woman who knows exactly what she is going on, deciding how much to say, the danger of someone writing something down when everybody else wants it forgotten. That is where the book lives. The book lives in those little tiny spaces where everybody knows something is wrong, but no one is saying the loud part, the soft part out yet. And yes, it's set in 1930s, so you get the whole historical setting, the mood, the fashion, the cars, the clubs, the music, social rules, the family expectations, the whole world where reputation matters. So much that reputation could protect you or ruin you, depending on who controlled the story. And that's really the one thing I wanted to play with in this book. Who controls the story? The newspapers, the powerful men, the families, the police, the church, the woman in the room, the daughter who's not supposed to know anything. Because sometimes the person everyone ignores is the person keeping the real record. And that's all I'm going to say about this because I'm not going to give away the book. You're going to have to read it. I did get my author copy last night. I'm not going to show you because right now my mom's reading it. But there's nothing quite like holding the physical copy of something you wrote. It's exciting. It's a little weird, a little emotional. And then immediately your brain goes, okay, what do we need to fix? Because apparently I cannot just enjoy the moment. I have to inspect it like I'm running a quality control on my own feelings. Yes, that's me. And what I needed to fix is the cover. The cover is beautiful online. I absolutely love this cover on the screen. It looks gorgeous, but in print it's too dark. And that does happen. What looks stunning on the computer doesn't always translate the same way when it comes to the physical book. Print has its own attitude, paper has opinions, ink has opinions, lighting has opinions. So apparently I'm redoing the cover. Actually, I redid it last night. So it looks and feels right. And that is the right impact because the book deserves that. I'm not going to have a book that should disappear into the shadows. I'm not doing that. I did that a long time ago. This one cannot live in the shadows. It can flirt with the shadows. It can absolutely walk into the room and wearing the shadows like a beautiful coat, but the cover still needs to print correctly. So I'm fixing it now. About pre-orders. The official pre-order link are still being slow. And by official, I mean places like Amazon, Walmart, and all those other stores that should be getting the book listed. There's over 200 of them involved in getting the pre-order link up. And guess what? They're all slow. I know. Apparently, everyone is allergic to money, and I hate it when people are allergic to money. It's very inconvenient. So, here is what I'm going to do. If you want to want the pre-order link, tell me. I'll put it in the comments section. Right now, the link I can give you is directly through me. So just to be clear, this is not the same as ordering through Amazon or Walmart. Once those links are finally decided and they want to appear magically, yay, we'll have an invite party. This direct link is strictly through me. As soon as Amazon, Walmart, or any other store wants to get their pre-order links up and I am notified, I will share those links too, because yes, we want to share the excitement with everyone. We want to share the knowledge. We want to share the stores to participate. We are very generous like that. But while we're talking about they are taking their sweet time, I'm not going to sit here and wait quietly because that's not my personality. Sorry. So if you want the pre-order link, check the comments, message me, ask me, do whatever you need to do. I will get you the link. Again, The Daughter of Saint Antoine comes out October 13th. This is a 1930s crime novel. This is dangerous, a little stylish, a little emotional. It has secrets. It has a family. It has power. It's little beautiful questions of it. What happens when a daughter starts paying attention? And that's all I'm going to give you today, because I want you curious. I want you leaning in. I want you wondering who can be trusted. And honestly, you probably should not trust everybody. That is a part of the fun. Now, the third thing, the album. The album has the same title as the book, Daughter of Saint Antoine. Guess what? That comes out a little bit earlier. It comes out in September. And yes, the book and the album are connected because apparently I cannot just write a book. No, that would be too simple. I had to write the book, build the world, feel the mood, hear the music in my head, and go, oh, now this needs an album too. So that is what happened. The Daughter of Saint Antoine has an album tied to it. The world and the mood, all of it fit together. It's not just me reading the book to you. It's not chapter by chapter soundtrack. It's more like an emotional room the book lives in. This has atmosphere. It has drama. It has shadows. It has danger. It has that little bit of old school smoky romance. Something is definitely happening behind the closed door feeling. And if you know me, you know I love that. I love the story. I love the mood. I love when the music feels like it belongs to a place or a time, a character who is absolutely making questionable decisions. So if you like stories, atmosphere, crime, history, music, family secrets, dangerous people in knight's clothes, and a little drama, this is probably going to be your thing. You can pre-save the album on Spotify through the link I have available. I will put that somewhere where you can find it, I promise. It will also be on iTunes, on all the normal places where music goes to live its little digital music life. Spotify, iTunes, all the places. The internet knows what to do with the music. Eventually, most of the time, hopefully, faster than the book pre-order links, because apparently everyone is moving at covered wagon speed right now. But yeah, September 9th, Daughter of Saint Antoine album comes out. Pre-save it. Go. Love it. Go tell it hello now. It's free. Now, one more thing. Let's talk about these little lyrics videos. Because you may have noticed I've been putting out a lot of lyrics videos lately. Like, a lot. A lot. And here is the honest truth. Some of this music I have had sitting on my computer since 2016. So part of this is me cleaning out my computer. You're welcome. Some people clean out closets, some people clean out garages, some people organize their pantry and suddenly become a new person. I apparently clean out old hard drives full of songs, books, codes, unfinished ideas, old projects, random creative experiments, and files from several versions of myself of Go. Because I open a folder and go, oh, that exists. And then I listen to it and go, oh, wait, why did I never do anything with this? And then suddenly, here we are, lyric video. So that's part of what you are seeing. Some of those songs already belong to albums that are out. So I'll put a link and you can listen to an album on Spotify. It's free. That usually means you can literally go listen to the music on the album. There's usually like 20 songs. Yes, I'm sure you find something that you like on that album. So if there is a link, that song has a home. That song has already been released somewhere. Go find it, go love it, go stream it, go add it to a playlist while you're cleaning, driving, plotting, coding, overthinking, or whatever you're doing with the music. I support all the activities. But some of the other songs are a little different. Some of these songs I'm posting are me playing around with sounds, lyrics, tones, ideas, textures for a project that does not even come out till fall of next year. And no, I'm not telling you what the project is. Absolutely not. I do not ask me. Well, you can ask me because I know you are going to ask me, because I'm still not going to tell you. Not yet. You get the songs around the project. You get the creative debris. You get the little sound experiments. You get, this is close, but not quite right songs. You get the songs that walked into the room, looked beautiful, and did not belong to a particular party. I do not want to call them rejected songs because that sounds rude. They're not rejected. They just did not fit the project. That is a big difference. A song can be good and still not be the right song for the thing you are building. A lyric can work, the sound can work, mood can work, and still not, and your brain just goes, no, I don't like that one. That is part of the creative process. Sometimes you have to make the wrong thing so you can hear the right thing. Sometimes you have to try 5 versions of the sound before the exact sound finally shows up. Sometimes you have to write something and go, I like you. You are lovely. You cannot sit at this table. That's not a failure. That's sorting. That is me figuring out the shape of the project. And the 2027 project is very special, has a very, very specific sound that I'm looking for. Very specific. I know what I want. I know what I want to feel like. I know what I wanted to do. I know the atmosphere I'm chasing. I'm getting there. I think out of what I said, I want 20 songs. I have like 3 that I actually like for the album. So this is me testing things, making songs, changing direction, sometimes saying, this is good, but not the right one. That's okay. Because those songs may still become something completely different. I may put them together later on their own album. I'm completely good with that. I'm actually like ideals for like that, because sometimes a song does not fit one project. It becomes something at the beginning of something else. That's how my brain works. Nothing is really wasted. It just gets reassigned, which honestly is how I run my business, my books, my music, and probably my entire life. On top of that, I have 5 other albums set for release over the next 4 years. Yes, 5. They're already set. They're already mastered. They are not imaginary. They are not, one day I might finish this. No, they actually have release dates. No, I'm not giving you dates yet because I don't know exactly what those look like without getting into an app that I'm not getting into at this very moment. They are waiting their turn. Again, a lot of music I had sitting on my computer while I was doing everything else, because when I'm killing time coding or waiting for the computer to do what it's doing, which by the way, it's doing something and I can't do anything, so I'm sitting here talking to it. I'm usually writing a song, writing a book, editing something, building something else, outlining something, thinking about the next project. It's just how my brain works. Some people wait for a file to upload and scroll. I wait for a file to upload and accidentally write half of a song, or outline a book, fix a business workflow, decide on the cybersecurity platform needs a new feature because I got annoyed by something like someone popping into my messengers and I don't know who this person is or why they're talking to me, and it annoys me, so I need a new feature in my cybersecurity. It happens. This is completely normal for me. I'm not saying it's normal for everyone. I'm saying it's normal for me. And honestly, that brings me back to the lane thing. People tell me I need to pick a lane and stay in it, and I get why people say that. It's cleaner, it's easier to explain, it's easier to market, it makes sense on the paper. Books go over here, music goes up there, cybersecurity goes over there somewhere, business goes on this shelf. Pick one thing, stay in one box. Make it easy for people to understand you. And listen, if that works for you, congratulations. I mean it. I'm proud of you. I love you for that. But I'm not built that way. I build cybersecurity platforms. I write crime novels. I make albums. I write songs. I create world. I code. I publish. I experiment. I run businesses. I clean out hard drives and accidentally find an entire project living in there like a creative little ghost that now needs to be finished. That is not confusion. That is a highway. And I think that is what people are starting to understand about me. I'm not jumping randomly from one thing to another. I'm building a world where all things connect. My books have music. My music has story. My businesses have systems, and systems have security. Security protects the work. The work feeds the next idea. The ideas turn into projects. Projects turn into books, albums, platforms, workflow, and whatever else my brain decides it needs to build while the computer is taking too long. That is not one lane. That is a whole highway system, and I'm fine with that. So if you're here for the books, thank you. If you're here for the music, thank you. If you're here for cybersecurity business side, thank you. If you're here because you have no idea what I'm doing, but you are entertained, honestly, thank you too. You are my people. You are welcome here. We have books, we have music, we have cybersecurity, we have chaos, we have lyric videos, we have crime novels, we have small business platforms, and we have projects. I refuse to explain until 2027. It's a whole situation. So here are the main things to remember. Cybersecurity platform is ready for small businesses. Sentinel Small Business is built for owners who need protection, organization, visibility, and fewer disconnected apps. If you want to talk about it, you can book a meeting out with me online. Catch me in San Diego in July or August. Daughter of Saint Anton. The book comes out in October. The music comes out in September. You can pre-order, save it on Spotify through my link. The lyric videos are mixed release music, older music, creative experience, future projects. I don't even know. Some have links. Some are maybe already out. Some are experiments because I'm hunting for a sound. Some may become something later on. Nothing in my world stays simple. And no, I'm not telling you what's in 2027 project is. Not yet. You don't need to know. You can ask. I will smile, and I will probably laugh, but I will not tell you. And before I wrap this up, I do need to talk about Dove and Dragon Radio for just a minute, because it's insane to me, and because I do not know if anyone is paying attention out there in TV land or Facebook land. And honestly, maybe you are, maybe you're not. Maybe you're half listening while doing dishes, answering emails, avoiding laundry, or pretending you are not going to fold that basket that has been sitting there for 3 days. No judgment at all. But as of 2 o'clock this afternoon, Facebook had me at 2 million people watching my videos. 2 million on Facebook alone. Now, first of all, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. Seriously, thank you. And it's wild to me because, yes, I know I'm technically making content, but also let me be honest. A lot of this is me sitting here talking to my computer. That is the brand. That is the magic. That is also slightly ridiculous. And I accept that because here is why I'm bringing this up. I'm not bringing it up to brag. I'm bringing it up because Dove and Dragon Radio exists for a reason. Dove and Dragon Radio has been around since 2016. It has been called Dove and Dragon Radio since 2018. It actually started as Author Talk on Atlanta Mix 108. So shout out for them for putting a microphone in front of me and saying, "Here, talk to people." Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but it sounds good. Let's do it. And now I do not know how to shut up. So, choices were made. But the whole point of Dove and Dragon Radio has always been this: business owner, entrepreneurs, authors, creatives, builders, people with something real to say. You can come on and tell me about it, what you are doing. You can talk about your book. You can talk about your business. You can talk about your brand. You can talk about your mission. You can talk about whatever you are building, what you are launching, what you are trying to get people to understand. I'm not saying this because my reach is tiny anymore. Again, Facebook alone is showing 2 million people watching my videos as of today, including this live that we're probably on that will reach some ridiculous number later tonight, plus the shorts. There's also LinkedIn. There's also Twitch. Those are the live video platforms. Then you add in Spotify, add in the audio broadcast, you add in the podcast platforms, you add in the other outlets where Dove and Dragon is distributed. There's a magazine site that allows my podcast audio on their site every month. That alone gives me 500,000 additional listeners or viewers monthly. Last month, I said Dove and Dragon Radio had 2.2 million people watching the videos or listening to podcasts across the board. At that time, Facebook was only about 42,000 of that. Yeah. So let's do math. Yes, I'm going to do math on Facebook Live. Apparently, we're going to do everything today. If last month was about 2.2 million listeners, viewers total, and Facebook was 42,000 of that. That means the other platforms were carrying roughly 2.158 million. Now, Facebook today is showing 2 million by itself. So if you take that 2 million from Facebook and add it to the rest, cross-platform reach, that puts the current potential reach about 4.158 million across the board. Now, I'm going to say this carefully because I'm being honest with numbers. I do not mean 4.58 million guaranteed individuals with no overlap. Platforms overlap, people overlap. Analytics are analytics. They are useful, but they are not magic pixie dust. But what it does mean is the reach is real. The audience is real. The distribution is real. And the opportunity is real. So if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, an author, speaker, creator, or someone trying to get your work in front of more people, this is me very lovingly saying, you might want to get on Dove and Dragon Radio. I'm just saying, this choice is yours. I'm trying to give you marketing. I'm trying to broaden your reach. I'm trying to put you in front of people who may not know you yet. If you're not taking me up on that, please, please, please do not come to me later complaining your brand is not getting reach. I'm trying to help you because I'm literally sitting here saying, hey, I have a platform. Come talk to me. Now, I've had my good friends, James Hickey and Jim Lutz, on here. I have first-time author Jason Buckaloo coming on in July, I believe it's 24th, and he's actually already have 2 books out. So if you're an author watching this, especially a first-time author, pay attention to that. If you're a business owner, pay attention to that. If you're building something and you need people to understand what it is, pay attention to that. This is not a podcast where we sit here and say, so tell me about yourself. No, I mean, I want to know how you got to where you're at today. Yes, 100%. But I want to know about what you're building. And then I don't want people really forgetting the conversation ever happened. No, the goal is visibility. The goal is conversation. The goal is reach. The goal is giving people a space to explain what they do in a way that feels human, because people do not connect with brands. They connect with people. They connect with stories. They connect with the reason behind the businesses. They connect with why you care. And that is what Dove and Dragon is built for. Now, is there an investment? Yes. Yes, there is an investment. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. This is the one service I do not give away for free. You can get music for free. Yes, you can get music for free. You can get advice for free, but not this. And there is a reason for that. I pay every month to keep this running. I pay for distribution. I pay for outlets. I pay for systems that get the show to be out. And I have a beautiful intro. I mean, it is beautiful. It's catchy. It's honest. It feels like a show. And I love it. All of that takes time, money, and production, distribution, and consistency. So yes, there is an investment for that reach. You have to invest for the platform. You have to invest for the exposure. You have to invest for the fact this is just not me talking into the void anymore. The metrics are there, the reach is there, the audience is there. It's up to you to decide if the service is worth it for your brand, your book, your business, your message. I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm saying that because I have built this for years. Since 2016, it has steadily been growing. Since 2018, Dove and Dragon Radio has had its name, its identity, and its purpose. So the numbers are finally catching up to the work. So yes, if you want to come on Dove and Dragon Radio, talk to me. Message me, DM me. I'm easy to get a hold of. If you have a book coming out, talk to me. If you own a business, talk to me. If you're launching something, come talk to me. If you're an entrepreneur trying to get people to understand what you're doing, talk to me. If you're sitting there thinking, wait, I probably need to be on there, you're probably right. Again, I'm just saying. And I'm saying this with love, with metrics, with microphone. And apparently, I should never have been handed if anyone expected me to be quiet ever since then. And there is another piece people may not realize. Dove and Dragon Radio is not just floating around randomly on the internet. The podcast episodes are added to IMDb. They are also SEO searchable. They are searchable through Google. And that matters because this has been syndicated since 2018. This is not something I woke up and started last Tuesday because podcasting sounded cute. No, actually, it sounded very terrifying when I did it. I've been building this. I kind of knew what I was doing when I started it because I moved from, Author Talk, Atlanta Mix 108 into what became Dove and Dragon Radio. I brought the audience with me. They love me in Atlanta. They came back. They listened to me because they love hearing about authors. It was about 50,000 listeners at that time. Guess what? I kept them. They still listen. If that show is still around, wonderful. I do not know. I am not in Atlanta. I'm in Reno. I do not listen to it. So please. No, I'm not there. I was remote even back then. So yes, even before everybody was doing remote shows and virtual interviews, I was doing remote podcasting. Again, very on brand for me. but very important part is this. Dove and Dragon Radio is searchable for years. SEO, Google, IMDb, syndication, distribution, all that matters when you are trying to build long-term visibility. Because an interview should not just exist for days that it airs. That is not enough. You should be able to talk about your book, your business, your brand, your launch, your mission, and then that conversation continues to work for you after the live is over. That is why SEO matters. That is why IMDb matters. That is why syndication matters. That is why I keep saying the reach is real, because I have not just been doing interviews. I've been building discoverability. I've been building an archive. I've been building a platform that gives people other searchable places to exist online. So when I say you might want to be on Dove and Dragon Radio, I'm not saying come talk to me like I like talking. Obviously, I do like talking because I'm sitting here talking to my computer. The microphone situation got out of hand years ago. I'm just saying it because the show has history, reach, distribution, SEO, value, IMDb presence, and an audience that has been built over time. Since 2016, I've been doing this. Since 2018, I've been Dove and Dragon Radio, been syndicated under its own name. Yes, this is not accidental. This has been built, so that is where we are. Cybersecurity platform is ready for small businesses. Sentinel Small Business is built for owners who tried and are tired of juggling 12 different apps and hoping the security lines up. The Daughter of Saint Anton, the book comes out in October. The music comes out in September. The lyrics videos are coming out barely because I'm cleaning out my hard drive in public. Dove and Dragon Radio, growing, searchable, syndicated on IMDb, SEO friendly, and here for authors, entrepreneurs, business owners, and people who need reach. And me, I'm sitting here talking to my computer like completely normal, which for me it is. So thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for listening to the music. Thank you for supporting the books. Thank you for supporting the cybersecurity side. Thank you for supporting Dove and Dragon Radio. Thank you for letting me be an author, the musician, the cybersecurity person, the business owner, the podcaster, the coder, the overthinker, the gamer, the storyteller, and whatever else my brain decides we're doing next, because I never know. And thank you for letting me be all these things at once, because I have tried the single lane thing. I really have. It doesn't fit. Some people need a lane. I love them for that, but me, I just need a highway. So we're going to do that today. That's what we're taking. If you want to pre-order the book, comment or leave me a message. If you want the album pre-save link, go grab it. If you want to talk about the small business book meeting with me, catch me in San Diego. If you want to do Dove and Dragon Radio, come talk to me. If you're just here watching the beautiful chaos unfold, thank you too. You are my people. I will see you soon. And remember, we're not picking a lane. We are taking a highway.